Alright, y'all. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I know I said I was going to come back soon with this review video for TLC's new album, but the weekend came up, July 4th and things like that. But as you all know, TLC came out with their last final album this past Friday. Their first album since 2002. It's been a long time, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of people and a lot of fans, like around my age, 24, 25, remember when that came out, not too long after Left Eye passed away or whatnot. But their new album is self-titled. It's titled TLC. And as you see on my screen here, this is the album cover. Fan picked, of course. I would have picked a better cover, but hey, nevertheless. And as you see in my corner, I actually have the album playing behind me, which you probably can or can't hear because of YouTube's regulations. As I talk to you guys, kind of giving you a little rundown on the album. Well, I took a listen to it. Of course, it came out the same day as Jay-Z's album 444, which I also reviewed and you can check out on my page as well. This TLC album is actually pretty solid. To me, it feels like Fan Mail and 3D had a baby, and they called it 3D Fan Mail. You know what I'm saying? Like it just reminds me of the more poppier side of them. Because they've already done the R&B, they've done everything else. The first two albums. To me, it kind of feels like a new start. Like a true, real new start. Because as I've noticed from a few of their interviews that they've done over the past few weeks or so, they spoke about how people basically wrote them off after Left Eye passed away. And they thought that, hey, they couldn't survive without her, but hey, they told them, hey, we got talent too, And the album is representative of that, just them two. But Left Eye's voice is featured on the interlude here on the album. And it was a nice little, just a nice little way to kind of remind you who she was, The track is actually a decent length. I personally thought it would have been longer than what it was. It's only 40 minutes and about 19 seconds. It's 12 tracks. 11 if you don't count the extended version of Way Back. My favorite track would be, of course, Way Back. I don't know. I think I like Way Back more because of the throwback vibe it feels it has. Kind of like one of those, hey, it's about to be a family barbecue. You know what I'm saying? And then I ain't seen the people I ain't seen in a while. You know what I mean? So we go way back, And that's another reason I like that song. It just has a nice throwback vibe to it. It's not over the top, and things like that. It's just a perfect, nice summer song. My second favorite track would definitely be Haters, which they made a video for as well. There's also a video for Way Back if you haven't checked it out. And the video for Way Back is based off the extended version, which is the last track on the album. I like all the tracks, but those are the two that stand out the most to me. And of course, a track on there called Start a Fire, which is pretty cool too. I think this was for a final album, this is really good. They didn't want to do something that would sound temporary or do something that just sounded in the moment or, with the trends or whatever. They did what was true to TLC. And I'm pretty sure if Left Eye was here, she'd be proud because it was a pretty solid album. It was pretty solid. I listened to it all the way through and I didn't skip anything at all. I definitely enjoyed it. I like how it's sequenced. It starts off with a track called No Introduction because if you noticed, pretty much all of TLC's albums have some kind of intro. This album doesn't have an introduction. It's actually a whole track, but it is in a way an introduction. It sounds pretty good. Then it goes in the Way Back, and then a track called It's Sunny, which if you're a TLC fan and you were a Kickstarter with their album, you probably heard that track. It's an okay track to me. It's okay. It's a nice little throwback track as well. But I do like how, like I said, this album features nice beats, but it also features a lot more of their vocals. You know, previous albums you hear their vocals too, but at the same time on this one here, it's not covered in music, and you know, it's just them, T-Boz and Chili, just doing their thing. And like I said, this is their final album, but it doesn't mean that they're breaking up. It just means that they're not making any more albums, at least for now. You never know. They may come out of retirement. Hey, Jay-Z did it, okay? But I definitely love the album. I didn't want to be on here too long with you guys reviewing it. Usually when I do reviews, if you haven't watched any previous, I like to get on and kind of talk about all the highlights and the highs. I don't really like to criticize or talk about the lows, because when an artist makes an album, it's their body of work, not mine. So who am I here to judge, you know? If you haven't listened to it yet, it's on pretty much every streaming platform, and the CD is available in stores. Like I said, listened to it the day it came out. So I listened to it prior to the review, so that way I can kind of let you guys know, hey, you know, what is it about? Is it good? Yes, it's good. Of course, it's not going to appeal to everybody, because you got people that don't know music. You got people that don't really know TLC. You know, a lot of millennials, a lot of people don't know real music, so they're going to say negative things. They're going to naysay, but there's nothing wrong with the album at all. You know, groups lose members, groups gain members. You know, it happens. You know. We all love him as TLC, but at the same time, you know, a group like that can still go on. They're trying to show you guys. They showed you twice, because it's the second time, that hey, we can still go on. You know, missing a member, but you know, she's still here with us in spirit. I just want to see more promotion from the album. You know, maybe a few more videos. Definitely a way to leave this whole little legacy on a high note. Because of course, after all, you know, this is the final album, so you don't want everybody to remember this album as, hey, this was their last album. They brought us like 2 videos and then left. No, you want to leave out with a bang, you know. And of course, the reason they kickstarted is because they don't like the whole contract thing. They don't like, you know, what it entails. So they chose to go this route. Of course, fans fund it. Of course, people like Katy Perry funded it, and a lot of other people funded it. And of course, definitely people wanted to see this happen. They announced the Kickstarter back in like 2015. They're just not being able to get the album out. Of course, it takes time to make an album and everything, get your producer, especially when you're making it independent, trying to get all your logistics straight. But it ended up being a really good product. I was a little nervous because I didn't know how it would sound after being their first full studio album since 2002. But I will say that I'm definitely impressed. I'm definitely impressed. I want to see, like I said, more videos. Because even if they didn't stop making albums after Left Eye passed, to be honest with you, they wouldn't have been their best. Because as T-Boz and Chili mentioned, after Left Eye passed, they were just a mess for a while actually. So, you know, it takes a while to kind of get yourself together and come back out there, you know, fully as a group. And then, of course, T-Boz with her health issues, and then, of course, both of them living separate lives, you know. But when it was the right time, it was the right time. Definitely check out the album. Definitely, if you haven't, check out my review of Jay-Z's 444. There'll be plenty more reviews to come. I'm not just reviewing new things. I'll go and review some old things, maybe some throwback albums, some singles, you never know. I'm just a chill reviewer, hey, a chill person, hey. So, hey, when you come into my Zoom, my little reviews and all of that, my little YouTubes and everything, you'll see that. I'm not one of the ones that's going to scream at the screen and be like, you guys, you need to check out. No, I don't do any of that. That's uncalled for. But, definitely give their album a listen, or 2 or 3. Load it onto your iPhone, you know, load it into your little title, load it into your Spotify's, whatever you got to do. Just definitely give it a listen and support them. You know, get them streams out there. That way they can chart pretty high for their final album. And not just for this week or next week, but keep the album, keep it in rotation. Make them feel welcome and appreciated on their way back in. I don't think there's anything else that I have to say about it. It was just a really, really good album, and it's a fine body of work. I really appreciate the fact that they did come back. And it's also, the last couple of years have been the year of comebacks, because you had SWV come back, you got Escape back together, and you got TLC back together. It just feels like the 90s again. It just feels like the 90s again. When I was a little kid. So you guys, if you got any suggestions or anything you want me to review, anything you want me to talk about, or hey, any comments, hey, just let me know. Drop me in the bottom. Give the video a like, share the video. I do see all comments, so if you need to message me, let me know. But yeah, there's all type of things that are coming soon. I got a lot more to go. This is just the beginning. I want to thank you guys for watching and giving me your time. But like I said, just I'll be back. Sorry it took me so long to bring this review to you, but I kept it short and sweet this time. And I will catch you guys very, very soon, y'all.